guys, welcome back to my channel and welcome for another video. If you could see what you were balancing on right now, I think you would find it highly amusing. It's 2 boxes of tissues with a cup and saucer. So inventive. Please excuse the chaos behind me. This is the way me and my friend Chloe act on holiday. I don't know what happens. It just... What?
Sorry.
What?
Your sink was full of water and I dropped stuff in it.
Oh god. She's having a mare in there. This is obviously how we get ready before we go out. It just kind of goes a bit wild. Can anyone else relate to that? Let me know in the comments below. So I am filming a holiday get ready with me. I'm going to be answering some of your questions you asked me on Insta and doing my makeup at the same time. I'm probably not going to have time to do my hair, but when I get home, I'm going to do an entire video on how I style my hair extensions. I've had so many of you, I've been so surprised, ask me on Instagram and on YouTube how I do like the high ponytail, how I do my bun, a bit up and a bit down, basically how I wear my hair extensions. So I will do a video on my hair, but it'll be a separate one when I get home. I will link all of the products that I use in the description box below. If you're not subscribed to my channel, please go ahead, hit the subscribe button, turn the bell on if you want to be notified when I upload, and also go and check me out on Instagram. My name is just Georgiamayxoxo. But that is enough rambling. Let's get on. We need to do our makeup. We've got to be somewhere. We need to get cracking. In an ideal world, I would have actually been filming this video outside, but unfortunately, the people next door are playing really loud music, so I can't film out there, which is a little bit annoying because the point of a holiday get ready with you, I feel like, is that you sit outside on the balcony, you know? But it's fine. I literally couldn't, like, the music was so loud. Popping on some moisturizer because my skin is very dry from the sun. I'm actually gonna put loads of this on. This is the Body Shop moisturizer, the vitamin E one, and it's like a gel consistency and I love it so much. So I will drop a link to this below. I honestly buy it all the time. So somebody has asked how to get over relationship insecurities when dating someone new, which I think is a really good question and something that probably more of us struggle with than I feel like we know, because it's not something that you typically would discuss. I think a lot of people always have baggage or carry baggage from a previous relationship. It's kind of just natural, especially if you've been hurt by someone in the past and stuff. But my piece of advice would be, you need to remind yourself that this is like a whole new situation. You're not rehashing your old relationship. You're starting something brand new with someone. So I think you're gonna hold the relationship back by bringing up things that hurt you in the past by someone else. You have to remember, like, this is a different person. This is a different relationship. It's like a fresh start. And I also think communication is really important. Like, a lot of the time people feel that way. They don't express that they feel that way to the other person, and then they just get annoyed with them for certain things. So maybe their trust has been broken in the past, and instead of just like telling their current boyfriend that they were hurt, they don't say anything, and maybe you're a bit, you know, intense. And then the person's like, whoa, like, why are you being like that with me? Like, I've done nothing wrong. Whereas if you had explained where the insecurity came from, I feel like then they would understand a lot more why you're kind of being a bit much. Are you laughing at my advice?
No, I was coughing.
Oh, do you know what I mean though?
Yeah.
Like, yeah, like if you...
Communication is key.
Communication is key, people. I actually think communication is key in all kinds of relationships, not just like, you know, romantic, like friendships, everything. Because if you don't kind of like voice your, God, this foundation is so light on me. What? If you don't sort of like voice your problems and just keep them in, like, you can't expect people to guess how you're feeling, I think is just really important. But I think my key piece of advice would be to remind yourself that this is like a new person. They don't know anything about how you were treated maybe in the past or why certain things bother you or anything like that. This is a whole new person. And you're only gonna hurt yourself and damage yourself, I think, by holding on to previous baggage from a past relationship. Like, it's only gonna reflect negatively on you because you're gonna be the one with all the kind of issues about the person. Deal with the problems that you had probably in your past relationship. Like, don't just act like they didn't hurt you, because they probably will come out in one way or another without kind of realizing it. What here? Spanish man shouting on the balcony. God, that is so light. Someone has asked, are you seeing anyone at the moment? I am not currently seeing anyone at the moment. I got out of my life. I don't know how many of you will know this because I've spoken about it before, but it was a while ago, and I feel like I've had probably a few more of you join the channel since I spoke about a lot of these things in my life. So I did have a previous relationship, but we split up like 2 years ago now, and since then I've never like properly got together with anyone again, like had another boyfriend or anything. And I don't know, like I think it's really difficult now, like actually to meet people kind of organically. I don't know if any of you guys can relate to that, but I feel like so many people meet online, which is absolutely fine if like that's for you, but I just know it's not for me, because I'm the sort of person where like I like to talk to someone to know whether or not I'm interested in them. And I find a lot of those apps really like surface level, and they're just so based on aesthetics. You don't get to know someone's personality, I don't think, through like Tinder or Bumble and stuff like that. So I'm not great with all of those apps, if I'm honest. But no, I'm not seeing anyone at the moment in particular. Yeah, I mean, it's the summer, isn't it? I just want to like kind of have fun with my friends. By the way, this is the Pro Longwear Stick Concealer from MAC, and it's in the shade 7.5, and it is my favourite product when I'm on holiday. I swear by this contour stick, especially when you've done what I've just done and put on a foundation that is like 7 shades too light. You can warm up your face with like a cream kind of contour. So yeah, drop me a comment below. Let me know how you met your boyfriend or girlfriend, or if you're seeing anyone. I'm always very interested in that kind of thing. But I'm not the best. I think when I was younger as well, I would always approach boys, like, not like approach them, but like I'd talk to them or flirt with them at the bar. I was way more confident. As I've got older, I definitely don't go up to people anywhere near as much as I did when I was younger. And I think that also kind of holds you back. But I feel like people aren't as friendly as well nowadays. Like they're already in their little groups. They almost like don't want to talk to anyone on a night out. So it's definitely difficult. And also like the places I go out on the weekends, like I kind of not know everyone now, but like everyone sort of knows everyone. Like there's never anyone that you're like, oh, who's that, you know? So that's a bit of a difficult one as well. But if any of you guys have, you know, a nice brother or a nice cousin that you could set me up with, that would be lovely. So let me know in the comments below, or tell them to drop me a message on Instagram. That would be great. So yeah, we'll have to see. But I get asked that question so much, like, are you talking to anyone? Are you seeing anyone? No, things are pretty standard in my life. So many of my like YouTube friends as well now are in like proper relationships. Obviously Misha's now with Kobe, and my friend Emily, she's been with her boyfriend Brad forever. So I feel like I'm kind of left. I'm the only one left, which is slightly worrying, but you know, it will be fine. Someone has asked, does having false lashes ruin your real lashes? So I've been having lash extensions honestly for as long as I can remember. I will drop a link below to the girl's Instagram who does my lashes, because I have so many of you ask me where I get them done. So if you're in the Hertfordshire area, I really recommend this girl, she's fab. But yeah, I've been having them for so long now, to be honest with you. I need to have them off and just sort of have a bit of a break. I think if you've got good lashes, I personally wouldn't get lash extensions. Like if your lashes look good with mascara, leave them alone, because it doesn't necessarily ruin them. It definitely makes them a little bit more brittle, I would say. And then when you have them off, you feel like you have no lashes because you're so used to seeing yourself with these like big lashes on. So that's really my piece of advice. I never had like good eyelashes. So when I had them taken off, it wasn't that much of a difference, like as in it didn't ruin my lashes that much because they were already really crap. But they are probably, I think anyone that says they don't damage your lashes at all, I don't know, I think they do damage your lashes a little bit, to be honest with you. Like, I don't see how they can't. It's like hair extensions, isn't it? Like, there is like glue on there. So it is definitely like weighing your lashes down. I really want to try some lash serums when I have my lashes taken off. I think at the end of summer, I'm going to have a little bit of a break and have my lashes off. And I would love to try some of those lash serums, because I actually know friends who have used them and they actually work. So if any of you have any suggestions for that, let me know. I also had someone ask me how I do eyeshadow looks when I wear lash extensions, and it is a little bit more tricky because obviously a lot of the eyeshadow falls onto the lashes, but if you sort of brush it away, you can make it work.
Oh, sorry, I've got to come in.
You could come in.
My bronze is in there.
Chloe, you're allowed in. Here she comes, everyone, down the catwalk. What are you sporting this evening, Chloe?
You would have seen last night.
Yeah.
Primark.
Primani.
Yeah.
What?
I love the chair.
Sorry guys, I just went and did my brows off camera because in a little bit of a rush, you could say. I had someone ask me what are my thoughts on Greg and Amber winning and Love Island. I had quite a lot of like Love Island related questions come in. I'm really happy that they won actually. I really like Greg, like he seems like a really nice boy and just like kind of normal and like, I don't know, I just really liked him. Crazy how little time he was in there and then he went and won it though, like that is just crazy. He must be like buzzing. But I really like him and Amber. I hope they last because they seem like a really lovely couple. By the end, I liked a lot of the couples. Like, I obviously really loved Molly and Tommy because they had been together for such a long time. I think everyone thought they were going to win for so long. And then Greg and Amber won, which is kind of crazy and random. But I'm glad she won. She must be laughing. Michael must be like, what? Ginger and Ovi. Oh my God, I love Ovi. I think he's great. He made it this year, and so did Maura as well. Like their personalities, Maura, Ovi and Chris, their personalities I feel like kind of carried the show a little bit and made it like funny and stuff. I did really like Chris, like I thought he was so funny that I wanted him to be just kind of like in the show near the end because he was so funny. But who else was there? Anton and Belle, who, yeah, they didn't make the final, which I think Anton was a little bit gutted about, but they're still a really sweet couple. But I feel like this year was different to most years. Like a lot of the couples weren't together for that long. Like they kind of got together more at the end. So, sorry, I'm literally using this as a mirror, which I thought was a little bit different. Someone's asked me for my favorite drugstore makeup brands. And I never really answer like makeup related questions. So I thought, let's talk makeup. I love so many drugstore brands and like not high end. So like this is MAC bronzer, so it's a little bit more expensive, but I also use this KIKO one, which I equally love. Some of my favorite brands from the drugstore would probably be Makeup Revolution. I love Makeup Revolution. I think they're great. L'Oreal, I do use L'Oreal foundation and concealer every single day. Never use anything else. So I get so many questions about what foundation I wear. Always L'Oreal, but I do sometimes use a Too Faced concealer, which is gorgeous, but that again is a little bit more expensive. A lot of KIKO. I have a lot of L'Oreal, Makeup Revolution, NYX. I have a lot of NYX products as well. Like NYX lip liners are the nicest lip liners, and their eyebrow pencil for me is the same as the Anastasia Beverly Hills one, but a fraction of the price. So they would be my favorite sort of drugstore brands. I had a few of you guys ask me on Instagram what makeup I've been doing, and honestly, I've pretty much done the exact same look every single night. So I thought I could show it to you. I'm just darkening up my brows a little bit because they look a little bit funny. So the palette that I've been using this entire holiday is the Huda Beauty textured rose gold edition. So I think this is the original one. Mine looks like this now, but there is a few dupes of this palette, so I will try and list them below, some drugstore ones. But I do love this palette so much. I'm just obsessed with it, and as you can see, I well and truly have used this palette and got my money from it. A lot of my brushes that I use are just Morphe ones, so I'm going to go into these colours, Sandalwood and Henna. Sandalwood in particular, and then I also go into my bronzer, which is the KIKO kind of bronzer that I use to contour with, and I just use that in the crease of my lid, and that's probably the first thing. And it's kind of just like a dark kind of brown smoky eye, but I add a little glitter, which is a Stila glitter that I spoke about on my Instagram, and it's so great, and that's sort of how I do this look, so I will obviously share it with you guys. Then I take a slightly kind of more dense brush, and I take the colour Cocoa and Bossy, and these are basically just like slightly darker brown tones, and I tend to pop that in the crease, sorry, in like the outer corner, and like kind of like elongate it, like make it more of like a cat eye shape. Then gonna take the colour Bay, which is almost like a chalky kind of white shade, and I'm just gonna pop that on my brow bone, but also just use it to kind of blend out this harsh line here. Sort of blend that over there. And just taking this little KIKO brow pencil, which these are fab. These are just like little pencils, so there's like a brow pencil on one end and like a little highlighter kind of thing on the other. And I'm just going to use that in my inner corner. I put eyebrow pencil in 02, but it has this like creamy kind of pencil on one end, which is so good for the inner corner highlight. Okay, so this is what I wanted to share with you guys, because this is what is so quick and so easy when you're doing your makeup on holiday. I'm kind of in love with these. yeah, just a really random kind of shout out. I used to use these so much when I was at uni. Like if you go on any of my old videos, I use these in those videos. So these are like the Stila kind of like glitter stick things. They're like a liquid consistency. I'm going to use the shade Rocky and Rose, but I have a few others here. I honestly, I love these. Oh.
It's all going wrong. Why are you so ready at 8 o'clock?
Quick interlude. Are you coming on to say hello? Hey guys.
Hey guys.
Hey guys. Look at Kayla's tan line.
That's what you call burn. I am lobster boy. Why are you ready? You put an hour and a half.
Because I want to be. I've got to do my hair. I want to outro this video. I'm filming.
Can I wear cream on the white night? She's pushing it. She's honestly pushing it this week.
This is my little hidden thing that I think is amazing. So I'm basically just going to pop this on my, oh my god, on my eyelids now, and you'll see what I mean.
Still having a towel party. Yeah.
Is it warm in your room, Jem?
Yeah, because it was like... Oh, we've actually got ours on. We'll put it on. I don't want to tell you cold. No, we'll put it on. You can take my cold and blue. Yeah.
Put it on when you go out.
Want me cold and blue.
Me and Chloe put it on when we go out, and then when we come in, we turn it off. For those of you wondering, these are my home friends that I've grown up with for a very long time, so we're all allowed to say whatever we want to each other and not get offended, don't worry.
Wait, George, do you think you're not wearing your black shoes?
I don't think so. I just don't want to say 100% in case I try on the blue and I hate myself in it, then I might want them. But I'm not if I wear the blue, I'm not planning on wearing them.
Honey, probably they are your shoes.
No, but I just want to let you know.
Gem's also got white shoes, so I might steal Gem's shoes too.
But I'm not planning on wearing them. Like I'm planning on wearing the blue dress.
It's bent.
So you've broken your toe?
It's bent. And also, no, I'm not saying I've broken it. Does it hurt? When I'm walking, I can't feel it on the ground. Look, Georgia,
stop.
Look at them. Look at my toes.
Right, you can help people with this question, Kayla.
Okay. How to wear a towel fashionably.
How to be confident flirting / approaching guys.
Just go for it. Like, life is too short. You're gonna be dead one day. This is not a good one.
This is awful advice. Awful.
What was it? How to be confident when approaching guys. Only approach just guys. Be yourself. Imagine how that movie falls out.
I'll put a little flower on it.
How to be confident when approaching guys. So I would say.
Yeah, what would you say? That's why I asked you.
You need to be a bit blasé.
I think don't make it a big deal, don't like in your head. Like once you make it a big deal, you'll be anxious, you won't be yourself, you'll be like, whereas if you just think of it as just talking to someone and not necessarily like anything more than that.
Like a friend.
Then you'll maybe feel a bit more confident and just be a bit, you know, be a bit playful.
I always go up to a guy and I always say...
Do you now?
Oh. No, but like when I go up to a guy, which is, it's rare, I always say something quite stupid.
You do. You get them laughing. She gets them laughing.
That gets the convo going.
Yes, it does.
Not all of us have that skill though.
Yeah, not all of us. I don't have that skill at all. No.
Yeah, but you get approached.
I never get approached.
I'm not even going to comment on that sentence. You just have to be playful, be funny. Act like it's... I think that's really good. Last day on.
Do you know what though? Yes, go and approach someone. Like, good for you, because like that, I'm too anxious to do that, and I would never go and approach someone. But why shouldn't you take it into your own hands and like? Do you kind of know what I mean?
If you see someone and you want to go and talk to them,
oh, that's really good. Yeah.
Even if you just say like, "Oh my god, what are you drinking? I don't know what to drink."
Yeah. Oh my god, that's such a good one.
It is.
Or like, have you been here? No, like, you can say that. Have you been here?
Oh, I love this song.
Yeah, I love this bar.
Jaja. I got my eyes on Jaja.
I'm gonna link that song below. It is catchy.
It is the summer song.
Summer song. You guys would have seen it in the vlog, I'm sure.
It's the song of the holiday.
Yeah.
Like, do I know you?
Oh, you've had that. She's had that happen to her, where someone's been like, "I know you," and I'm like,
then you get talking, and it's like, "Where are you from?
Yeah.
How would I know you?" And then they're like, "Oh, anyway, I don't know you, but you want to get a drink?"
Which is really quite good.
Yeah. Yeah. First thing you want is a cheesy chat-up line.
Yeah, I mean,
don't use those. I wouldn't advise it.
What, a cheesy chat line? I would be happy with any.
Someone being like, Did you grab the stars from heaven and put them in your eyes?
I don't even think that is a chat. Like, I think you just made that up. Right in there. Are you all right in there?
You want to shut the door so I can dry my hair?
Oh. I also had someone ask how I do my faux freckles. I think it was on Emily's Get Ready With Us, which I will link below if I remember. Honestly guys, I literally take this little brush from MAC, which is a 210 brush, go in with the dark brown eyeshadow, and I just kind of place them around. I tend to sort of go over where my freckles naturally are. So when I have no makeup on, I do have some freckles. I think the best way to do faux freckles is to sort of go over freckles that you already have. So a lot of my freckles are concentrated across my nose. So that is kind of where I do the majority of my freckles. I have a few around here, but not a lot. Obviously I have this little mole when I don't have makeup on, but it gets covered up when I put foundation on. So I think that's probably my best piece of advice, is just sort of go over what you already have, because that's the best way to make it look as natural as possible. I love faux freckles because they can hide spots if you've got any breakouts, and also they help your makeup look way more like kind of glowy and dewy and radiant. So I'm a big faux freckle fan. So for my blusher, I'm using a mixture of two blushes, a high-end one and a low-end one, so hopefully there'll be something for everyone. This is a KIKO blusher in the shade Ocean Feel, and I love it so much. It's like a baked blusher, it has like a bit of shimmer to it. And then this is a Stila, kind of like a gel formula, like a liquid blush. Liquid, not a liquid, a cream. And this is in the shade Petunia. So these are the two colours. They're really lovely for holiday bronzers. I wouldn't typically go for them, but on holiday, I love them. And for highlighter, I'm going to use two different highlighting products. This is a limited edition MAC bronzer kind of highlighter product, and it's called My Mimi, and it was a collection they had years ago, but I still adore this for holiday. So I just kind of swirl this Morphe brush in, and I kind of go over like my cheek area, put a little bit of this on the forehead, a little bit across the nose. And that's kind of what I do with this product. For highlighting product, I use the Becca highlighter in the shade Champagne Pop. Every single Becca highlighter I have ever bought has ended up like that. Anyone relate? Completely cracked, which is so sad. And I do spray my brush with a little bit of all-nighter to really get it damp, and that's how I get a really kind of like crazy highlight. I actually met two girls last night out here in Marbella, which was one of the most amazing things in the world. And if they're watching this video, hi guys, you were fab, Emily and Georgia. Yeah, so we met them and we ended up spending the whole night with them. And it was such a funny night, and it's almost like you have friends but you've never met before. It's so bizarre, because obviously they watch my videos so they kind of know me, and I feel like I kind of know them. It was just a really nice evening. If you ever see me on a night out or anywhere, just come up and say hi, because I love talking to you. Like, we had such a good night together. And I think when I get back to the UK, like maybe I'll go and meet up with them or something, because they were just such lovely girls. So it's so crazy how you can literally make friends on the internet like that. But it was just crazy to have people come up to you when you're on holiday. Like, I've had someone obviously come up to me when I've been at home, which is still absolutely amazing, but when you're on holiday, like, it's like we're all the way in Marbella and you've come and said hello. That's so lovely of you. I'm just brushing these out because they're a bit too kind of ringlety, do you know what I mean? But they will drop. My hair drops very easily. Don't know if anyone else can relate. We've forgotten hairspray, all of us, so yeah. I just wanted to come on here and say goodbye. Let's just check that we haven't got any unanswered questions. A few good ones. So let's answer some of these at the end of this video, because we can have a bit of a chat. I'm ready. We're ready a bit early tonight. We can have a bit of a chinwag before we go. How old were you when you lost your virginity? I've been asked this question so many times. I feel like I have answered it, but not on my channel. So I was 18, yeah, and I'm 23 now. So a little while ago, 5 years ago now. Yeah, I think I could do a whole video on that kind of topic. Like, not personally, because I don't really want to talk about my personal experiences. The reason I don't want to talk about my personal experiences in relationships and with other people is just because I feel like they should have a right to reply. Not that it was a bad experience or anything like that, but like, I just feel like I would never want to speak on behalf of someone else that was involved in a certain scenario. So I love giving advice, but sometimes I hate giving advice when I feel like the other person should also have their say type thing. I'd hate them to watch a video and feel like, why did they talk about me? Or why did they, do you kind of know what I mean? It's a really hard line sometimes with this job, knowing when you're speaking like your truth and when you're airing somebody else's personal life. And I would hate to air somebody else's personal life without their go ahead. Hope that makes sense. So yeah, my kind of advice on that is like, do you, like, as long as you're comfortable and safe and happy in the situation, that's all that matters. And I don't think anyone else can tell you when you should or shouldn't do something with your own body. I'm a big believer in that. I feel like that for so many different ethical and moral issues. It's your body and you're in control of it. So yeah, that's my kind of little 2 cents on that. I get so many questions on the same kind of thing. How do you get confident about your size? I hate my stomach. Do you work out? Do you do cardio? So I don't really work out. I'm trying to, when I go back, have a gym session a lot more regularly. I did have a PT for a little bit and she's absolutely amazing and I love her so much. And I'd have like a PT session once a week, maybe twice a week. Really? But I don't really have PT sessions anymore. I eat what I want, if I'm honest, but I don't eat like excessively bad. I am vegetarian. I eat quite a lot of veggies and salads and stuff like that. So yeah, that's my kind of comment on that. I think feeling comfortable is something that everyone struggles with, and there's definitely a misconception that you don't struggle if you're just very open about your body and your journey. Like, you must be really confident. Honestly, I have days where I'm so insecure and I'm so not confident, but I think it's just like learning to love yourself and like just feeling comfortable in your own skin. And it definitely is something that goes like up and down. I'm not consistently like content with my body all the time. I just think summer is like a hard one because you can't get away with wearing big baggy t-shirts and stuff like that in summer. So yeah, I think follow a lot of body positive people on Instagram. I think as well, like just being grateful for what you do have instead of always focusing on the negative. We're so good at like finding negatives in ourselves. We can never sit and list positives. Like when someone says to me, what do you not like about yourself? I could answer that in 4 seconds. But if someone said to me, oh, what do you like about yourself? I'd probably be much more like, and it shouldn't be like that. Who would you have coupled up with on Love Island this year? Oh my god, I love this question. I actually, at the end of it, was loving Chris. Like, I think Chris was so funny, and I'm such a big person for like sense of humor and stuff like that, and he was such a funny guy that I feel like I would have really got on with him really well. So initially it was probably Tommy. Personality wise and like as the series went on, I think it probably was Chris, which is super random. Ovi I really liked actually as well. I think he was a great guy, a very good looking guy. Who else was there at the end? Anton wasn't really my type. Can't really think. Curtis wasn't really my type. Yeah, I don't know. Michael again probably wasn't someone I would typically go for. So yeah, I'd probably say Ovi, Chris and Tommy if I had to couple up with someone in the villa. That's if they wanted to couple up with me. Okay guys, so that is all of the questions for today. That was my get ready with me. The dress that I'm currently wearing is from Opoly. I will drop a link to this below. It's basically just a blue sparkly dress. I still have the tag in the back of it, and it's quite short. As you can see, it's kind of like a little bit of a mini dress, but where we're going, I feel like I can get away with it. We are in Marbella, and if you're not watching my vlogs or you haven't seen my Marbella vlog, I will link it below, or it might not be out yet, so just keep your eyes peeled. But that is it for today's Get Ready With Me. I hope you did enjoy it. Sorry half of it was inside and the rest is out, but you know, we're gonna roll with it. Don't forget to hit subscribe, thumbs the video up, and go and follow me on Insta. My name is Georgiamayxoxo, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.